We will return to Anne of Green Gables, the sequel, after this brief intermission.
Oh, this is getting to be sad or happy, depending on which direction things may turn. Hi, I'm Leila Gordman, and I'm in our Channel 9 studio with some wonderful volunteers from the National Bank of Edmonds, and we've been watching this very romantic snowy evening here on Channel 9 along with you, and hope that you're enjoying it as much as we are. We're of course going back to see what happens in the life of Anne and see if she goes back to Avonlea and see if maybe her heart will turn toward marriage. But before we do that, we'd like you to turn toward us. If this is important programming to you, if you're really, really enjoying what you're seeing like we are, I want you to give us a call. We are here to do that, to take your phone call, and we want nothing more than to sign you up as a very committed and loving and happy member of our Channel 9 family. If this programming makes you happy, if you're sitting there curled up with your Anne of Green Gables book, or with a friend, or with your kids, or with a loved one, or the way I watch TV sometimes, which is on the phone with my sister at the same time that I'm watching something meaningful on TV so that we can discuss it and make groaning sounds and happy sounds as it happens. However you're watching Channel 9 tonight, if it means something to you, then I'd like to ask you to make a commitment to what makes public TV run, which is you and your membership in Channel 9. Give us a call right now. We've got telephones and volunteers galore waiting to talk to just you. And remember, tonight we are also offering you as a thank you gift with your $70 subscription, if that's the level that you choose to subscribe at Channel 9, $70 or higher, of course, we'll send you the book, Anne of Green Gables, and it's 3 parts: Anne of Green Gables, Anne of Avonlea, and Anne's House of Dreams, the novels by Lucy Maud Montgomery. All of that we'll send to you so that you won't just have this show experience that you've watched, maybe you've even taped it, but you'll also have the book to have all by yourself, all to yourself, or to give somebody else forever. So if you'd like to have that, give us a call right now and we will send it out to you on an airplane or however we send those things. But do give us a call. Let's go over to Mary Ann.
Thanks, Leila. About 4 times a year, we ask you to go to your phone and become a subscriber to Channel 9. And that's what we're asking you to do tonight, because our subscribers represent about 62% of our income here at Channel 9. Now, it's that income that allows us to bring you excellent programs like the Anne of Green Gables series that you're seeing here this evening. We do have some other sources of income, like the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, that gives us about 9%, and some other sources that you see over my shoulder. But what all these statistics boil down to is the fact that you, our subscribers, represent about 2/3 of our income, which is why these pledge nights are so very critical to us here at Channel 9. So if you're enjoying this Anne of Green Gables series, why don't you show us that you think it's worth supporting with a pledge, and give us a call right now. And next, let's hear from one of our favorite British Columbians, Andy Michelson.
Thanks, Mary Ann. Well, every time I come down here to Seattle to be involved in a pledge night for KCTS, I always have a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun tonight with these folks from the Edmonds Bank working right beside me. In British Columbia, I know you're out there. We keep hearing from you, and I spent a lot of time most recently driving through the northern part of British Columbia and watching KCTS Channel 9. I watched it in Rupert, and I watched it in Prince George, and I've watched KCTS in Smithers, and even amazingly enough in Kitimat and a few other places, Terrace. I know you're watching. Wherever you are in British Columbia, as a British Columbian, I know you enjoy KCTS Channel 9. I'd like you to pick up the phone. I'd like you to become a subscriber or renew your subscription. You're talking as if everybody on the face of the earth is going to be a new subscriber. We know that's not true. But if about a year has gone by since your last subscription, it'd be a good time to renew your subscription to KCTS. You see the telephone numbers. Wherever you are in British Columbia tonight, whether you're in the north, you're on Vancouver Island, wherever, pick up that telephone right now, and make that phone call here to KCTS. Here's Leila.
Thanks, Andy. You know, speaking of British Columbia, I just asked our volunteer coordinator to give me some of the slips that have been filled out. These are the pieces of paper, by the way, that get filled out when you join Channel 9. And here's some that have just come in. These are all from British Columbia, and of course they're coming in from all over Washington State too. But Terrace, BC, Victoria, BC, Vernon, BC, Surrey, Kelowna. Here's a $100 subscription from Aldergrove and $100 from Prince George. These are just a few of our neighbors to the north that have called in the last few minutes, and of course from everywhere in Washington State, everywhere where those cables reach throughout the state, people have been phoning us and joining Channel 9, and that's terrific. You know, it would be kind of boring to me if we just reached Seattle or just reached Tacoma or just reached the Olympic Peninsula or just reached Vancouver, but no, we get to talk to people and show our great stuff to people everywhere across British Columbia and Washington State, and it's great to see that support coming in. Join these folks. They're viewers just like yourselves, and they've joined Channel 9 tonight. So can you, Marianne?
Thanks, Leela. Some people make the mistake of thinking that programs that are literate programs cannot be entertaining as well. Now, if you consider some of the programs that you've seen on Channel 9, like the ones you're seeing over my shoulder right now, obviously programs with real substance can obviously be very, very entertaining. You're watching the Anne of Green Gables series tonight, so I'm betting that you're a fan of particularly excellent drama, which you see on Channel 9. Well, we here at Channel 9 think that drama is a very important part of our schedule. So much so that we have a new performing arts series here at Channel 9 called the Spotlight Series. And in a couple of months, we're going to be producing an original drama written by Dan Sullivan, the artistic director of the Seattle Repertory Theater. So if you're a fan of excellent drama, why don't you show us that you also think that it's worth paying for, and go to your phone and make a call to us right away tonight. Andy?
Oh, good. We can hear those phones ring. Oh, we like the sound of that. Very important to us. So I want to talk to you a little bit about something we all know so well, inflation. This is budget time at KCTS, as we mentioned a couple of times during Anne of Green Gables here. Whether you're an American or you're a Canadian, that's what it looks like. And the cost of programming is up, just let me get this folded properly, right to about there on the US dollar and about there on the Canadian dollar. So that's what inflation is doing to us here at KCTS. We know it's doing it to you as well. About 36% more than it has been in the past. So it's really important that you become a subscriber. We know you're enjoying the Anne of Green Gables. We know that you regularly enjoy the programming here on KCTS, whether it is anything from Faulty Towers through to This Old House and all of the serious programming in the children's program. We're having fun with you tonight a little bit, but don't forget, inflation does it to our budget like it does it to your budget. So pick up that phone and become a KCTS subscriber. Thanks very much. Here's Marianne.
Thanks, Andy. Over the course of our pledge drive, we've been talking to you about a number of premiums that are available to you. And we know that in order to receive some of these premiums, it means pledging at one of the higher levels. We want to talk right now to those of you who want to take advantage of our special $20 fixed income level. It's a category that we've kept over the years for some of those long-standing friends of Channel 9 who may find their incomes limited at the present time and perhaps not able to pledge at the level that you used to. Well, please, we encourage you to take advantage of that special $20 limited income category, and remember that there is one special premium that you'll receive even at that level, and it's our KCTS magazine, which I know you'll find an excellent companion to your viewing here on Channel 9. You get 12 issues, one every month, and it gives you complete program listings of everything that's on and behind-the-scenes articles about things happening here at Channel 9 and some of the programs that you see here. In the particular issue out this month, there's a fascinating interview with Bill Moyers when he talks about his career as a journalist and what got him into broadcast journalism. So why don't you think about joining at the $20 fixed income level, and remember that there's a premium there for you too. Leela?
Thanks, Marianne. You know, we're going back into just about another half hour of Anne of Green Gables, which makes me sad because I love Anne of Green Gables. We're going into a wonderful show after that, though, of course, entertaining the troops coming up at 9 o'clock. But half hour more of Anne of Green Gables. While you're watching that, think of what it would cost you if you were to go to something, a performance that you would really value, or what it's worth to you to see something wonderful like this on your TV screen. And think of what very small commitment, actually, monetarily, we're asking for when we ask you to subscribe to Channel 9. Now, you see those volunteers, those are people that are taking phone calls from people just like you. There's no magic to this. You know, we're sending programs out, and on nights like this, which, of course, this is live TV, this is not a taped show, nights like this, people just like you make a choice about how much they can send to Channel 9. and they make the commitment. They make the phone call. Lots of people doing it right now. The phones are ringing and ringing and have been for about the last 8 minutes here in the studio. It's wonderful to see that kind of commitment happening, and it's wonderful when we meet people who watch Channel 9. People love the station. People appreciate the programming that we're able to bring you. We call it a program service, and I think that's a very valid term. Program service, because we're bringing you things of value into your home. Things that you can remember, things that you can share with your family, things that make you think, things that you can talk about with other people, things that may make some sort of significant change in your life. I believe that's valuable, and I believe it's worth a commitment. If you do, if you agree with me, then I hope that you'll give us a call right now. Lots of people doing that tonight. And this is one of those nights when you love working at Channel 9. When you know, yes, you're working pledge. You know, Leela, come to work on Saturday night. You're working pledge, which sounds like not such a great assignment to work on a Saturday night. But I'll tell you, when you are responding the way you're doing now, it's a pleasure. And I joke not. I am not kidding. I love pledge drives on nights like this. And thank you so much for your support. Those phones are still ringing. We, of course, will not go away from our telephones as long as you keep calling. We're going to go back into Anne of Green. What is that show we're watching? I'm overwhelmed. We're going to go back to Anne of Green Gables now, and I sure hope you enjoy this last half hour. Think about a commitment to Channel 9 while you're doing it, because we'd love to hear from you. If you've already called, thanks for your support, and we'll see you in about a half hour. If you haven't been able to reach us with your pledge phone call, try again. Our volunteers will be available to answer the phones during the program. In Seattle, call 728-9000. In British Columbia and in Washington, outside Seattle, call 1-800-638-3303.
If you prefer to mail in your subscription, here's how to do it. In Washington, mail in your check to KCTS 9, 401 Mercer Street, Seattle, Washington, 98109. In British Columbia, the address is Pacific Coast Public Television Association, Box 430, Station A, Vancouver, BC, V6C 2L8.
Festival 89 presents a lively new documentary about American entertainers who pulled out all the stops to raise the morale of American GIs during World War II. Entertaining the Troops includes footage that conjures the sentiments of an era. Tonight at 9.